Right, so Lil Durk's new album, Deep Thoughts, has just dropped. And across the album, the production techniques are just insane. From the emotional sound that we know him very well for, also to the 4PF darker sounds that he's also known highly for. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the exact production techniques used across this whole album. And after this video, you should be able to make a beat from scratch, exactly like the producers did on this album. Touch of Trent is certainly known for his production across all of Lil Durk's albums. On Deep Thoughts, he landed 2 songs, Shakin' When I Pray and Keep On Sippin'. And I have to say, Keep On Sippin' is one of my personal favourites off the album. He's also produced other songs with Lil Durk, like Difference Is, Broke Up in Miami, and Federal Nightmares. And some of them songs are Trent's biggest songs. And I believe the reason for that is one thing and one thing only. It's the melodies. Personally, I think his melody selections are just always perfect. With his perfect melodies, with his simple bouncy drums, it would just be hard for Lil Durk not to make a hit. So let's make an emotional Lil Durk beat. I'm going to change the BPM to 170 to start with. I'm going to open up a pattern, and the first thing I'm going to do is find some chords. So now I've got chords, I'm just going to build more onto the melody to make it more emotional. Right, so I've got the chords on the top line. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pitch it down to add that more of emotional feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so it sounds crazy at that key. Right, one thing that I hear quite a lot for a lot of Trent's tracks is reverse guitars. So I'm going to open up a pack that I'm working on, and let's just find some guitars that work. So I'm going to add some distortion to the guitar and some reverb. Oh, this is crazy. Oh man, insane. The next thing I'm going to get in is vocals straight away. Get some ambient vocals in. Wait, this is insane. Mate, that is insane. Wait, what? Damn, them vocals, yeah, mental. Right, well, all I'm going to do now is just get a bass in. I've been using this one from SRX World recently. I'm just going to follow the bass notes. Man, this is insane. Right, so let's get straight into the drums. Let's open up a clap. Perfect. Right, on Keep On Sippin', the hi-hat bounce is very, very skippy. So let's implement that into this track. And also Trent adds this little ride cymbal in Keep On Sippin', and honestly, I don't know, it just adds that. Just adds that little smooth background noise. Perfect. Right, let's get a counter snare in, and we'll go straight onto the 808s. So most of the beats that I make, I normally use a Spins 808, but in Keep On Sippin', they use the Z808, which is another very popular 808. So let's use it in this beat, and let's see what it sounds like. Right, this sounds crazy. Damn, what? Yeah, that beat sounds insane, and it really has that touch of Trent. in this beat. One thing I can take away with his style is his, obviously, melody selection is impeccable. So when it comes to making the melody, you want to have those high notes in the piano that poke through the whole beat. He loves those reverse guitars and obviously the vocals. The drums, you know, he has a range for very dark drums, you know, bouncy drums, simple drums, but this one, it just fits that melody perfectly. Right, so let's get on to the next beat. Chop Squad has really made his mark with his production alongside Lil Durk. On Lil Durk's album Deep Thoughts, Chop Squad landed one song being Vanish Mode. Listening to his credits with the likes of King Von, Trippie Redd, Juice WRLD, there's one thing he implements into all of his beats, and that's a repetitive melody with simple drums. Using this technique makes the beats stick out and also leaves enough room for the artist to add their touch. Right, to start with, I'm going to change the BPM to 145, and I'm going to open up a piano. Let's use SRX keyboards. And what I'm going to do straight away is just find some chords and a repetitive melody that will just be played throughout the whole song. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bass notes in. Yeah. Perfect. And let's copy this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do now is just find the repetitive top line piano that will be poking through the whole song. Ooh. Yeah, that's nice. Let's copy that over. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the velocity and then just press Option R to randomize the velocity. Let's find a darker key. So let's go down to A sharp. Let's go down even lower. Let's go down to G. Ooh. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bass in straight away, so we just have that low end there and we can just add stuff around it. So I'm going to open up Synth Palace Vintage. Shout out to Ellis and Prod by Jack. This kit is insane. So let's just find a bass one shot on here and we'll go from there. Let's use this one from the Mini Moog section. Let's see what it sounds like. Send that to a mixer. Now we've got the piano and bass in. Listening to Vanish Mode, there's not many instruments, but one thing that I do notice, there is a violin stab. So let's add that. So I'm going to open up SRX Orchestra. So just like something like that. So I'm just going to copy this over throughout the whole thing. But maybe at the end, just do something like that. Just add a little bit of tension on that last note of the violin. Right, I'm going to add this one texture in from Synth Palace number 3 by, again, Prod by Jack and Ellis Lost, called Rainy Days. I'm just going to go down 5 so it's keyed, just to add a little bit of a texture to the track. Turn it down. And I'm going to add some reverb to that. Right, I'm not going to add any more sounds because I have to say a lot of Chop Squad songs with Lil Durk and Von, they're very simple melodies. I have to say they're very simple, repetitive, which is good. But then his drums, man, they just knock. So let's get straight into the drums. Literally like that. Instead of using a clap, I'm going to use a snare. Literally the normal snare pattern. I'm just going to turn it up a bit. And I'm going to get a second snare in just to have a counterbalance. Yeah, nice. Well, I'm going to add a clap too, because I realise in some of Chop Squad's beats, when it comes to the second part of the hook, he layers the normal snare that you hear throughout the whole song with a clap. Just add some weight. Perfect. And I'm going to get that open hat in that you can hear throughout the whole track too. Just repeat that throughout. Right, and the last sound I'm going to add is an 808, and it's going to be, of course. I'm to send that to the mixer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this 808 just punch through. So I'm going to even turn down the out and just boost it. Yeah, this is crazy. Right, let's listen to the final beat back. Ah, man, what? That violin. Yeah. Right, one thing that I take away from this is your beats have to be simple because the artist needs space to think and also their voice. You don't have to have complex beats when it comes to arrangement and even like what you're doing with the sounds. Just have it simple. Enough space for the artist to think. And obviously, I couldn't put it in this, but the Chop Squad sound effect, which is have that distinctive sound that really separates your beats from the lot. Across the album, Lil Durk had 4 featured tracks, and one of the tracks was Later Checkout featuring Huncho. And I don't know about you, but this was a collaboration I really needed. Huncho's really made a name for himself in the last 2 years, with songs like Your Friends and By Tomorrow. These songs are hitting millions of streams. Huncho is certainly known for the R&B trap sound, and bridging Lil Durk's sound with Huncho's, it was hard for them not to make a hit. Right, so let's make a beat like Late Checkout. So to start with, I'm going to put the BPM quite high. Let's go to 180. And what I'm going to start with is finding a vocal because one of the lead things in the beat is a vocal. So I'm just going to open up my Blueprint multi-kit. I'm going to use Call Me Back. When I'm gone, will you ever call me back? If you're lost, will you ever follow me back? Perfect. I need that lead vocal that drops into like the piano keys. So I'm going to pitch this up for just so I can work in a key that I'm comfortable in being C# minor. And I'm going to open up Labs Piano for this because I feel like they have the best soft piano. Let's find some chords. I go up to the E here. And back down to this. What I'm going to do for bass notes is I'm not going to put them very low. So I'm just going to put them down 1 octave. I'm going to press Command A, Option S to strum the notes. Let's pitch it back down to A minor. So it's down, the piano is then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear it with the vocal. When I'm gone, will you ever call me back? If you're lost, will you ever follow me back? I turned down that vocal though. Let's go to, there's this one that I really like right now. Menace. And I'm just going to follow the bass notes. That bass is nice, you know. I'm not going to add too much, but obviously the other thing that it does transition into is the piano comes out and a pad comes in. So I'm going to open up Sky Keys. I'm just going to get a pad from that. Ooh. Take out the low end. Also going to take out some of the high end because in the bass, because it's now clashing with that pad. And add one more pad, higher octave, and then that's it. And when it gets straight onto the drums. I'm even going to pitch the whole melody down. Let's go down 3. Right, let's hear what this sounds like. I've even unmuted the piano so we can get a whole reference. Right, let's get straight into the drums. So, right, so at the start of the song, they have that different bounce on the rim. So what I'm going to do is just copy that bounce in here. Right, let's add drums for that section now, in fact. Let's get a clap in straight away. Get a hi-hat in too. 2-step, no rolls. Let's get an open hat in. get a kick in, and that's the last sound. I'm not even going to change the bass. I'm going to keep just the Moog bass going through the whole thing, because there's no point in adding the spins, because it's more of a relaxed song. Let's boost that kick. Crazy. So yeah, pretty much the arrangement is just the vocal coming in with the piano, and Lil Durk comes in, and then it goes into the more of the ambient section. So let's just hear what it sounds like. Don't know why, but that bounce is so nice on the rim there. Oof. I can't wait to hear what this sounds like. You ready? It's so smooth. Man, this is crazy. So yeah, for this R&B trap wave, honestly, it's more ambient sounds than just sounds that are very prominent. Obviously, we've got a piano in here, but that's higher up, reverbed. Not many bass notes, really. I mean, they're not low at all. So the main bass element in this is the bass, the mini Moog. We've got the ambient sounds from Contact and Sky Keys to really give that R&B feel. We've got this nice drum bounce and just a simple two-step hi-hat with just, you know, the standard clap. Snares kind of following the rim pattern. Really, that's all you need for these like R&B trap beats. You don't have to overthink it at all. Right guys, thank you ever so much for watching. If you want to get your hands on the sounds that we used in this video, there'll be a link in the description to every single sound that I used in this video. It's a little kit that I've just put together, the samples, the drums, everything. Right guys, I shall see you in the next one.